Hi, this is Denise Mathew, and today I'm going to do a project called just stone earrings with a scroll kind of design. The ones I've already done here are with a glass bead and then just an Amazonite, just a little bead there as well. Now these are done with a briolet, but I'm going to use an oval stone instead. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. These two, they're very pretty, a green amethyst and also some tanzanite. But again, you can use whatever beads you have on hand, and you can use a round or whatever. So I'm just doing a variation. Now, to start out with, I'm going to use 2 pieces of wire, which are about 2 inches. Now you can make them longer or shorter according to how big you want your scroll. And you can use a head pin here if you prefer, like a round head pin on the top would be nice. But since I don't have head pins this size and I want to use it, I'm just gonna, that would fit through these beads. I'm just gonna do another method, which I've shown before and I will do again. And basically I'm just gonna flatten this out. Okay, flatten both ends, one end on 2 of the pieces of wire so you can see that they're both flattened. And then after that's done, I'm gonna move that out. And I'm going to just slide right through this bead with this wire. And I've already checked my bead against my wire, which is really important. So, okay, and what's going to happen now is I can just take this right up against my bead. I'm just going to flatten this out a little bit. Alright, now the other side, I'm just going to take it up and go sort of against the bead like this. Okay, so basically I'm just bending it like I would do if I was going to do a wrap. Now I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to go on the end, and I'm just going to start to roll this in to make it a scroll. Now the first thing to do is make sure that you have this first circle done well, and then that will set the pace for your whole scroll. And if this isn't small enough, then it's going to make your scroll bigger. So we're just going to take that in there, and I'm taking a little more time to do that. Now, some people like to use the chain nose pliers and they slowly go down with it, but I just find that for me, the best way is just to slowly roll it in like this. And I'm keeping it loose and I'm reshaping as I go, right? And then I can squeeze it in a little bit, pull it up. You can really play with it as much as you like. And for this kind of a design, ideally, you could do something with a dead soft wire, and that will give you a little more wiggle room, because if you get the wire too stiff, it could have some breakage if you're doing too much adjusting. But some people are really great at scrolls. I'm not the best in the world. I can make them, but like I said, some people just have a real gift at doing it. So now that that's done, what I can do is I can put that back on my on my hammering block and hammer it down, or I could just leave it plain like that, which I'm going to do. Okay, so that one's done. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top part, top scroll. Now, this is with a 3-inch wire, and they're 24 gauge, okay? So I'm going to slide my bead on and find the middle, okay? And now, since sometimes, you know, the bead might move, I'm just going to mark it with a little Sharpie, just so I know. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want my scrolls to be about the same size on both sides. Okay, so just like I did before, I'm going to slowly roll this in. Okay, start with the top, make a nice little loop on the top. Right, make sure it comes right against the wire. Use my fingers, or again with the chain nose, which I'll show you kind of how to do it. I'm not as good at doing it with that, but I will show you how. And if you notice, there's my black line. So I'm going to go right into that. Actually, I'm going to go back to my fingers because that's the best way for me. And just slowly working it in. All right, bringing it all in and looking for that black line. And I've hit it. Okay. And then I'm going to, and again, once you already made, after you've made these scrolls, you can always go back and adjust them accordingly. Okay. Right now I'm just kind of doing a rough copy, and then I will just go back and adjust it accordingly. So I went this way with this scroll, and I'm going to go the opposite way with this one. And I'm going to start out with the loop in the front. Okay. And I'm going to start to roll this in too. Okay. Make it a little bit tighter. All right. All right, and we're almost there. And so the intention is that we have both scrolls about the same size. Now I'm just going to bend a little bit. I'm going to bend that wire a little bit, and I'm going to sort of secure it. So if you notice, I'm just kind of doing a little bit of an angle there. So now I have my scroll, and I'm just going to do a little more adjusting here to make it right. And that, I'm happy with that one now. Now I'm just going to take a jump ring. I'm going to open that up. All right, I'm going to hook that. All right, and then I'm going to hook it to this, and then close it up. And now you have one earring. And the only thing I have to do after that is to open up an ear wire. I'm just going to put an ear wire on there, close that off. Okay, and then I'll just lay that out so you can see. And that's sort of the earring that's done. And another option other than using the scroll for the top part of the earring is if you wanted to use something just like a wrap loop on top. So just like any other wrap loop, I'm going to do my 90-degree angles, and we're going to start with the there. Wrap it up like usual. And if you have any trouble doing wrap loops, just have a look at my video, how to wrap beads in stone. I have lots of tutorials on, I have a full tutorial on how to do that. Okay, and I'm just going to shove this on, and I'm going to close that loop same way. And I'm not being really careful about it, what it looks like, but just so you can get an idea of another way to finish it. And I'm going to open up my ear wire and put that on. And then my jump ring, and I put that on to the bottom of this and just close it up. And then I would have a different look, or like that. Okay, and that concludes the video. Thank you for watching, and please like if you like, share if you think it's worth sharing, comment if you have any ideas that you'd like me to, of projects you'd like to do in the future, and I will see you next time. Bye.